Hi, I'm Isis, and today I'm going to talk about Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. First of all, this cover is amazing. When I showed it to my friend, she thought that was Beyonce in the background. It's so creepy. And then in the back, it says Red Rum. So, for those of you who don't know, this is the sequel to The Shining by Stephen King, which was written in 1980, a million years ago. Obviously. um, this book was so good. Okay, I liked The Shining. I did. I did not like the movie, but neither did Stephen King, so it doesn't matter. I read The Shining recently, and I loved Danny Torrance. He was brave and brilliant and smart and curious, like a little bunny. And I read that he was in this book, and I thought, who the heck is Dr. Sleep? And then you read this book, and then you realize Dan Torrance, Dr. Sleep. Spoiler alert. Anyway, he is dealing with a lot of issues after The Shining, obviously. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah. Issues happen in this Shining. And so here this book starts when he's still a little boy, but then it moves on to when he's older, and it's really interesting to see how he grew up, how he developed, I guess. He has made a lot of changes in his life, and he's dealing with all his past, and it's just sad at first. But there's always that little spark of hope, and that's what I like about this book. It's pretty good. So there's this tribe called the True Knot, and they're these bad guys who also have a point of view in the story. They get to tell part of their story, and you just you read about these people who travel in RVs, and they seem pretty normal, and then you realize that they're monsters, pretty much. And so they play a big part in this little book. Not that little. And then Abra. She is this girl who has The Shining. Get to read about her from the very moment. I think she's like 1 year old when she's introduced. I don't know. Probably before. I don't remember. Abra is really smart, and she's adorable. She's basically a better version of Danny from The Shining. Yeah. So Danny goes to this hospice to work, where he later is named Dr. Sleep for his ability to make people go to sleep as they die. So he helps them. He's very good at his job. And there's this really cool connection between him and Abra that, it builds up, and you're wondering what's gonna happen, and then it all makes sense. And there's so many twists and so many cool things that happen, and horrible things too, but it's worth reading. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, and I thought it was better than The Shining. I don't know. There's not much of a horror aspect. The Shining was my first Stephen King book, so I don't really know. The Shining freaked me out, but this book was so much better to me. I don't like horror. I do, but in movies, when I'm reading, I just want to have this nice connection with the characters, and you can't really do that. I mean, maybe you can, but if you're reading horror, then you're probably expecting them to die, so. I mean, yeah. So, I think people should read this. If you guys like, amazing characters, if you liked Danny Torrance from The Shining, then give this a shot.